Yes, but it's not fair to do that. And I'm sorry. And the whole thing is, since the Jaeger is doing so well, after I'm done with the Titanic, I'll build the Jaeger.
Unacceptable, mate.
Well, I'm sorry.
Live again.
Are we?
Yep.
Are we live? It doesn't say nothing here.
Yeah, you're live.
Oh, what? I'm back.
Hello.
Howdy, you guys. Holy free holies, Batman. YouTube must be having a fit of a problem.
GJ's in.
Hi, GJ. Welcome back. Hi, Rockety. How's everybody? Yeah, technical difficulties, everyone. YouTube is being goofy. Oh,
Just fix the camera, mate.
thanks for the 100.
Pacific says for the third time.
Yes, I hope that we don't have any more of these YouTube technicalities. That would be nice. What am I doing? Oh, I wanna do this one. Now that's there. I think if I do that, that's going to cover that all up really nicely. But that I have to move this over to here. And that is downhill quite a bit. So one of the things that makes it easier to fix things is if you see variances in your paper. Now I know that this is a high spot, so is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add another piece of paper over here and make this high spot even out more. And since I take big sheets of chipboard and I make them into smaller sheets of chipboard, I use up a lot of this stuff.
We're closing the votes on the 31st.
Well, but yeah, the votes on the Pacific Rim Jaeger will be closed on the 31st. And
you see, Mike, the votes on the Pacific Rim Jaeger. You want it as bad as I do.
Yes, I do. I've wanted to build a Jaeger for years. Haven't got to it. So, but yes, indeed. I'm trying not to skew the votes too bad, you guys. But please vote for the Jaeger. And if you want to vote for the fan build next year, you have to go to paperarmy.net. And you can vote for the fan build for next year. So thank you all for going over there and for voting. There's been, how many votes total have we got so far? All right. Well, that's not bad. 204 people have voted. Say, everybody, if we have 30,000 people through the show today, maybe 20,000 of you could go over and vote on paperarmy.net and see if we can't bring up the amount of votes that we've had. Now, as you can see, that is going to bump into that just perfectly right there. Now, what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to squeeze those wires together so that there's no way that they will ever come apart or be pulled out. And I'm pretty good at building stuff, and so I'm very confident that they will never, ever come loose. I try to build things permanently out of paper. Now, it doesn't mean it always works, but it does mostly. And there is one more section done.
Dynamax says the way that that's aligned and tuck the wire tickled his brain.
Yeah, I agree. And the cool thing about these ends, this is covered up. This is the front of the engine right here. All right, now those are all going to be covered up with armor, and so you don't ever have to worry about this. Now the nice thing is, I want some more of this brown paper. Well, this is paper bag material. All right, comes right out of the grocery store. And the cool thing about that is, you get your groceries, cost 10 cents to get a paper bag. That's cheap building material, you guys. Uh-oh, I need to find the longest one I've got here. That is this one right there. Okay. All right, that's garbage. All right, so now I need another 2-inch piece. All right, and the easiest way, oh, not that one, this one.
Dynamax is premium materials.
Yeah, it is. That's the coolest thing about this. It's free premium material. Now you want a nice square edge to work off of. So, I love this little steel rule, you guys. This scale right here, very, very good. I use it more than I use my 1-foot ruler because most of the parts are all small, less than 6 inches. And so this is a 6-inch steel rule. Perfect for what I do.
Refresh, you're probably still in the old one.
I'm pretty sure it won't bite. Okay. Now,
Somebody wants to know, why don't you use a paper cutter?
why don't I use a paper cutter? Number one, it will not fit on top of my desk here. And it won't. If I had an office, a big office that I could put stuff in, and then I could go cut it. But the thing is, you never know when you need to make a piece like this. All right, now I need to make a piece like this, but the next one might be 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so you can never really use a paper cutter to make this function right, because you're always going to be having different size pieces of paper that you have to cut.
Mike, listen to this. And I think it's his sneaky way of asking to see something. But Alex says, Captain's log, stardate 6346.9. Enterprise has arrived at Washington State Nebula. We are investigating unique phenomenon of the ability of local population to turn paper into detailed 3D objects.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting way of wanting to see Star Trek. I like that.
And then DJ would love to see that over.
Okay. I'm going to show two things here in just a minute. I have got to put this piece on. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm lining it up with the end of the piece of paper I just got done putting on here. Now, as you can see, it fits very nicely against that wire. Okay. All right, so we want to see, the dozer's the easiest one to get to right here. I built this for my father before he passed on. It's an exact replica of his 550 John Deere. And so it's very cool. Everything that can work on it does work, including the winch and the tracks, of course. My sister got me my dad's manual. She photocopied it and sent it to me. And I proceeded to build this out of recycled paper. He couldn't believe it. He would sit in his easy chair for hours on end looking at this and playing with it, and kept asking her, how do you make this? How do you make that? How do you make this? So I'm just really good at making stuff, you guys. And so, yeah, I need to build a track hoe. I really do. All right, now, this is the NCC 1701. All right, this is Kirk's Enterprise from the 60s. I think 1967. But anyway, very cool. Hey, you guys. And they're strong. All right. You can play with these. And the cool thing is they're made out of paper. If you manage to break one, you just glue it back together. Elmer's glue and acrylic paint and paper. All little pieces. All that armor, cut and fit. I cut a circle this size, and then I lined it underneath of this. I put lines on it so I could get this circle, that circle, all these circles had to be on here in the right definition so that it would look good. And then I cut it this way, and then I cut it this way. And as I cut, I would do this section. Then I'd do this section, then this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. That is how I got this to look good.
Someone says they used to. You want to show the Klingon bird of prey?
I will do that as well, yes.
And someone says that they used to have the toy one that showed the discs up front.
Oh, yeah. And this, that was done in like 2017. And for all these years, I wanted to have a Klingon bird of prey to go with it. Now, as you can see, made out of a Pepsi box. And it does not look like a Pepsi box now. And remember, the stands have to come off. I should probably show you this. It has a switch in the back, and you can turn the lights on.
Someone says, oh my God, Spock, I thought the Vulcan pinch was on the neck, not the thigh.
The what? The Vulcans?
The Vulcan pinch was on the neck, not the thigh.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you got a Vulcan pinch on your thigh, you can laugh at the Vulcan because he's an idiot. Yeah, okay. Ta-da! So,
So cool.
yeah, I now have a companion piece to the Enterprise, and which I did not have for many, many years.
Wow, I'm an instant fan.
Well, thank you very much. And if y'all could go over and follow me, we're trying to get to 100K followers so I can get that really cool plaque that YouTube sends. And I thank you all for your support. Thanks for all the gifts too, you guys. That's just amazing what you do. All right. Always keep your fingers clean. It is important with building with paper. And always remember too to look in the end of your tube and make sure that it's round, because you can squeeze this when it's malleable, and it'll deform your engine. And I try to always keep things as close to exact as possible. Now that's the same size as this. There's just a little bit of difference, not much. This one is now complete.
Have you ever built a motorcycle?
No, I have friends that build paper motorcycles, and so I do not. Reason being is I didn't want to show them up. And so that's my main reason for not building motorcycles. I like them. I'm a Harley fan from way back since I was 4 years old. And so, but I do not do that. I build sci-fi stuff and futuristic things like my concept tank. Okay, this is a concept tank that I want to play Warhammer with. Let's bring this up a little bit. And made out of paper. Matter of fact, this thing is powered by Hot Pockets. Hydraulics that work. Hot Pockets. Best tracks I ever made right here. These are stunningly cool. That is our Paper Army standard for Warhammer. Now, mind you, I have not had a chance to play Warhammer yet. I want to really bad. I have no place to go. The Warhammer arena that these guys were going to play at, they couldn't afford it, and they closed shop. So I've got no place to play Warhammer. But I have got 2 tanks for Warhammer, and I have some guys. Matter of fact, a friend of mine over at Verizon, his buddy has a 3D printer. He gave me this. He said it was his first attempt. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put our colors on this guy, and I am going to paint it all up, and it's going to be one of my guys that I'm going to use as the Paper Army Warhammer. All right.
Dynamax says earring powered by Hot Pockets just added a year to his life.
That's awesome news. Now, that is 2 inches as well. So I ended up lucking out. Both of those engines are... I try to make everything as symmetrical as I can. And so when I'm building stuff, especially like this, I have to do 4 engines on this Hammerhead Corvette. Now, with building 4 engines, it's very easy to get variances in it if you're not very careful at your build points. Now, build points are, when you start, you have to make all 4 pieces to start with this the same, or really, really close to the same. What's that, Grant?
The camera.
Yes. And I want to square this up just a little tiny bit. There we go. And now put down our you got to have this. I use this stuff because I can get it at the, it cost me 10 cents for a sheet of paper, basically. And I'm going to show you that right next. Let me get one of these out of here. I have literally got over 100 of these grocery bags. I've been saving them for the past 5 years, and I don't use them very often because I cut, and I'll show you how to cut one of those up and be able to use it. Okay, now doing these big flat sheets like this uses up more glue than basically anything else that I do, because it has to be evenly spread all the way across your paper to be able to get this to do what you need it to do. And then I always rub it into this pad. And the reason I do that is so that stuff doesn't stick to this that I don't want to stick to it. And believe me, it's easy to have happen. I have had it happen.
Mike, the numbers are really, really good. You got to show something.
Okay.
And, GJ says that you said it before, but the show is made even better by the mods.
Oh, that's good news. Thank you, GJ. And believe me, you guys, any trolls that come in my show, you guys are dust. If you like the show, don't troll me. I think I'm going to show everybody the Millennium Falcon. Now, you guys, I started doing this in January of 2010.
Did you show the ad for Natalie?
I did not. I got to show the ad. That's right. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop doing this right now. Where can I put that? I don't know where to put. There we go. Anyway, this is what Grant calls the AT-AT puppy. All right, this is my first AT-AT build. I use staples to make the hinges for the feet and stuff. And anyway, this has managed to survive since 2010. It's paper. It's pretty easy to get stuff to survive. And now I want to show you the big AT-AT, because somebody requested that earlier. I don't know if they're still in here or not, but I'm going to show them. This is my large AT-AT walker. It was Natalie? Okay. And I did not paint this. I had a friend with an airbrush. He painted it. Also, articulating. Very cool. This was a nice build, you guys. What?
People are loving it.
So, if you know Star Wars, this is part of the Star Wars universe. If you do not know Star Wars, that's what this is, a Star Wars piece. Okay, and I wanted to show everybody the Falcon. Now, there's a couple of things. I started my first Falcon, I built in January of 2010. Let's see if I can find it over here in this pile of micro machines. I do believe I can. Oh, yeah. This is it right here. Mac and cheese.
Really amazed at the durability of paper hinges and joints
Oh, yeah.
that you make.
Yeah, paper is extremely durable, you guys, if you do it right. Now, since I've been building stuff since I was 5 years old, I build correctly. This was my first piece. Then the guys blew it up in the game. We had to patch it to get them home. And so when they got back, they wanted another Millennium Falcon, better known as a YT-1300. And so this was my very first piece. It wasn't very good. This one was the second one that I built. Better. All right. This one here, the third one I made. Better yet. You can see the proportions are starting to look better. And I learned more about building. And so then this was the fourth one. And the radar dish is ripped off it. And I don't know if I'm ever going to fix those. I might. And then I decided, you know what? Many years after those, I built a full-size Millennium Falcon.
Gas is in, and Alex Alex says those can make the Kessel Run in under 12 parsecs.
Absolutely. Absolutely can make the Kessel Run. Well, Han Solo's can make it in under 12 parsecs. His Falcon, the Millennium Falcon, his YT-1300 was very highly modified. He's a scoundrel. He did things that were not quite kosher. All right, so his Falcon was much faster than others. Yeah, this is what you can do with paper. There's over 3,000 pieces on this, and it took 365 hours to build it. That's 1 hour a night for a year. Thank you all for joining the phone show and for putting up likes, and thank you for following me.
GJ says that Mike has pushed the builds continuously. Now it's fiber optic lights. What next? Has to be sounds.
Say that again, Grant. I missed part of it.
GJ says that you have pushed the builds continuously. Now it's fiber optic lights. What next? Has to be sounds.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to put sounds in them or not. Now, I do have some sound devices that I've scavenged out of toys, but I don't exactly know if I'm going to be able to get into that. I would like to, but we shall see in the future. Okay, so now this is the engine housing for these. These engines will sit on here like this, and they will all be wired together so that when I turn the switch on, all the lights will turn on this. Now, I've got that done. I think I need to start this one.
Pacific Rim says that when you build a Jaeger, you're going to have to make the chest engine turn.
Oh, yeah, that means I got to get a servo for it.
No, you just get a motor. You've got a motor already.
Oh, yeah, I do got motors. That's right.
And you've got the step-down gears.
Yes, I do. Okay, we can maybe get this.
Alex says you must do Bluetooth next. The Millennium Falcon is ready to prepare.
Bluetooth. You guys are talking stuff I don't know nothing about. Seriously, I don't know what Bluetooth does. I've never used it as far as I know. And I may have used Bluetooth. I just don't know. So we'll see, everybody. I'll do my best to improve on my builds every year. This year, I've learned how to do fiber optics and LEDs. Next year, it's hard telling what I'm going to have to learn how to do next year because I don't know. And hey, everybody, if you can, please go to paperarmy.net and vote for the fan build for next year. There's 4 things you can vote for. Galactica from BSG. There is also the Pacific Rim Jaeger and the Titanic and the Prometheus from Aliens. And just in case, you guys, if you like doing other kinds of art, this right here is an egg ornament. This is also some of the art that I do. And they are, I learned this art. Me and my sister got taught this back in the early 60s. And I have improved on it over the years to where now I hang everything with chain, multiple cutouts, goose eggs, all kinds of different things that I use. And so it's all stuff you can do, everybody. It's just art. It's different types of artwork. Okay. Boy, I tell you what, it's chilly up here. All right, that needs another layer. That's not wide enough. It'll work because I got to cover this front section with armor. And so that is going to be fine. I don't need to cut a different piece. This one will work. And so I try to use up as much of my paper as possible. It's one of those kind of things that I have always believed in: waste not, want not. And in my entire life, I have never needed for anything. I've always been able to get what I need. And I believe that's because I don't waste stuff. I take large sheets of chipboard and I cut them down and cut them down, cut them down until I get them into little teeny tiny pieces that I can't use anymore. Then I get rid of them. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this end of it is right. This side I don't have to worry about because it'll all be covered up with armor. All right. And that piece has got glue on both sides, a lot of it. See, the nice thing is I can just throw this away and then I'll just reach over here and grab another one. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how I get my my pieces. Okay, so
The numbers are really insane.
welcome everyone to another episode of the Phone Show. As you can see, this is just a grocery bag. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how I make glue pads and parts out of a grocery bag. All right, now this piece will make some more. It'll make a couple more, but I don't worry about that. Now it depends on how wide I want wider parts this time. So I fold this in half. I take 50%. Got that? And now we just take this and we go right down that line. Well, half the show's gone, you guys. Okay, now what you've got is you've got a grocery bag that's cut down into parts. So now I find the seam. Here's the seam over here. And I just split that seam right like this. And now I fold it in half again. Just like this. Okay, now we cut it in half again here. All right, and now we fold it in half like that, which is right there. Yep, okay.
Really shows up now.
Hey everybody, you can make all kinds of stuff. This is my Death Star. All right, I needed to learn how to make a ball out of paper with it being hollow, because you cannot take and glue a ball together unless you put paper mache around the balloon, then pop the balloon, and you're not going to get a round object. But you can get round objects working with paper. You have to learn how to do it. I happen to know how. I needed to make cockpits for you know, Star Wars stuff, like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter or the TIE Bomber. And I had to learn how to make them a ball out of paper so that I could build a cockpit. This is a Thai bomber. And in case you all didn't know, it took over 300 hours to make it. Boy, that was up there a while. It's got cobwebs on it. The chute. Anyway, this is another piece that took 3,000 parts or more. And I don't think you can see it in there, but there is a pilot in there. I went with Rick and Morty to a micro universe, and I hired me some pilots for my TIE fighters. Darth, his TIE, the TIE bomber, or this one, and his wingmen. Now, once you...
Do you know if you can give them a tour of the Star Wars builds?
No, I cannot give you a tour of the Star Wars builds. I have too many of them. I can show you a few, and so I'll do that. Let's see. No, not going to do that one. This is a TIE fighter that you probably have not seen unless you read the graphic novel series Legacy. All right, this is what's called an eyeball TIE fighter. And I liked Legacy. It was a very good series. Okay, and now I can show you this one too. R2-D2. Spring-loaded foot, so it goes up inside. So he can stand there and go dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee. Okay. Now, let me see. What else have I got? Oh, I got this one over here, too. All right, now, this was interesting build right here. Where is my... Oh, come on now. You can't have gone anywhere. I got everything right here. Anyway, I took a die-cast A-wing that was 3 inches long, and I made this 9-inch A-wing just by copying the die-cast one. And this, I highly do not recommend making this one. General Grievous is a wireframe. First time I ever made a wireframe anything. And this was...
You just got a good point, Jay. It says just a comment. Mike is disappointed with the lack of support in his Discord live tuition. I popped there a few weeks ago and just chatted with him. Maybe members think it's purely to help with builds.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got to find a better time to do it because it has not been very productive as far as Sundays go. This is a TIE crawler. Most people don't even know about these. I made this in 2010. Very first set of tracks I made, they were the best for many years until I did the Paper Army tank. So, I do have a few Star Wars things. I have a lot of micro machines. I have probably 50 of the Star Wars micro machines that I played in the game when I was playing Star Wars RPG. Droid control ship. This was an insane build. I used tissue paper and glued it and wrapped it around itself to make these fins on this ship. Oh no! Look at that. I just broke it. Uh-oh. Well, here's the cool thing, you guys. It's Elmer's glue, acrylic paint, and paper. All right, now I just broke that. So what I'm going to do is show you how to repair it right now. You just put a little bit of glue there, and I just go down here, and I put it on there like that. Then I stand this back up in place, and there is repaired. That's how easy it is to fix your paper toys. Okay. The Hoth transport. Getting all the critical supplies and personnel off of Hoth. Or maybe a Java sail barge. All of these. I did scenarios in the game. I was the GM. After the first month of playing, the GM begged me to take over. And I played as a GM in Star Wars for 10 years.
Some people don't know what GM means.
GM is the general manager of the game, or the dungeon master, if you're familiar with D&D.
Game master.
Game master,
Yeah.
general manager.
It's not a business, Mike. It's a game.
Yes, it is, but it's, to me, it was a business.
Alex says Bond. Paper Army Bond.
Yeah. You guys, thank you.
David sent you a Sunday for 100.
Thank you for the Sunday, David. So, it doesn't matter what it is. If you want to build it and you learn how to do my art, you can make anything you want.
Do you have a favorite Elmer's glue, and have you made any model trains? Your builds look awesome.
My favorite Elmer's is white Elmer's. I've got a gallon of this clear stuff. I'm not ever going to buy it again. So, my favorite Elmer's, right here, white. The clear that I've got in here, it's I don't know what exactly they thought about doing better with the clear stuff. It's more expensive and it doesn't work as well. So please, if you're going to buy Elmer's or PVA, get the white stuff. It dries clear. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I was showing you how to make these. And I got another one right here. Move this up to be even. And now what I've made is, see, I've made these pads. All right, now this will keep your fingers clean, and it'll give you lots of building material also, which I happen to be using this stuff as building material.
Maybe on the next one, Mike, you can show the sand crawler.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You guys, I built a sand crawler. It was about 4,000 pieces of paper to make it. It took 300 plus hours to build, and it's where I learned. I was tying the tracks together back then. I don't do that anymore at all. But I found out that you had to have a left-hand knot on the left-hand side of the track and a right-hand knot on the right-hand side of the track to get them to work right. Okay, as soon as I get this cut, I'll show you the sand crawler, everybody.
Celeste is in.
Hi, Celeste. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you.
How old are you, Mike?
I am 72 years old, everybody. I have never stopped learning since I was a little kid. I had dyslexia, and it was very hard to get to make it through school because I got ridiculed a lot. And so I finally made it out of school, and I continued learning.
$2.
What's that?
Hey, Bay just sent you $2. Thanks for the tour. Such incredible work.
Oh, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you all for that. It does help out a lot.
Now you need to tell them the truth of how old you are.
Yeah, tell the truth about how old I am. I'm 72. I was born November 6th at midnight, 1953.
You're lying, Mike. You were born 32 1st
Well, geez, guys. I'm talking about this Earth. I was born on this Earth in 1953. This is an amazing sand crawler. I refabricated the armor exactly the same as the sand crawler that was filmed in the movies. I also, you can't see it, it's very difficult to see, but up in here, I've actually got tables and chairs up there. This was one of the first pieces that I used cardboard in, because I don't like cardboard. It does not work well for building, but something like this, it does work well. You make the sides out of cardboard and then you cover it with chipboard armor. This is a very cool build, you guys. Thank you all for sharing me with others and for all your donations. Thank you for helping the business. And thank you all for putting up likes. Oh, and guess what? You guys, 1% of our 94,000 followers watch me on TV, which is really kind of cool. I can actually be on a 72-inch big screen. I think it makes my head bigger, but anyway. That's not a lot, but 1% on TV compared to 88% on a phone. Since this is the phone show, that kind of makes sense.
People are really loving it.
And for all of y'all that know about Star Wars, the very first thing everybody sees in Star Wars is Princess Leia running from Darth Vader. She is running from Darth Vader in a Tantive. This is a Corellian Corvette, this ship. And fun fact, this was supposed to be the Millennium Falcon until right up to shooting time when they started doing it, and Lucas changed this and took it out and put the Millennium Falcon, the YT-1300, in its place. And so this became Princess Leia's blockade runner, and Han Solo got the Falcon. Another fun fact, this engine compartment. You see how I'm building this engine compartment for the Hammerhead Corvette? It's a modular unit. All the engines will go on this and then it will slide into place. I built this engine block the exact same way. Then when it was all done, I glued inside of it here and slipped it onto this chassis. Now this chassis is the exact same chassis as I have on this Hammerhead Corvette. So I'll show you something right here. This is what it did. I took the engines and I slipped them on just like that. That's the exact same way I'm doing this as I did this one here. And remember, everybody, this stuff is super strong. All right? It's paper, but if you build it correctly, paper will last for years and years. Don't get it wet, don't set it on fire, and don't run over it with a truck. If I'm carrying one of these pieces to a show or doing something like that and it's pouring down rain, it does not matter. This has acrylic paint on it. The rain will not stick. It will not do any good if you sink it in the bathtub though, because there's little cracks and holes in this and the water will soak in and cause it to swell up and explode. So, other than that, they're very, very durable, everybody. It's something that they just are. This is the best paper airplane in the world, right here. Okay? Made out of a cracker box. Burp gun with wings. I wonder if this will show. Yeah.
Question, Mike, how heavy are they?
They're not heavy at all. They're made out of paper and they're hollow. All right. You see this structure here? This will all be enclosed. But this hollowness, because of the pieces of paper that you use to build this stuff with, it makes them super lightweight and extremely strong, because technically speaking, I'm building these structurally correct. Okay. So, that's the cool stuff. Just a sample of the cool things that you can make with recycled paper. And in case you're tuning in, I use chipboard to build with. That's what this is. It's not cardboard. Do not think this is cardboard. It is not. It's chipboard. You get it in your house for free. You eat the food, you get the building materials left over. I've been building with this stuff for 16 years. It works good. I use junk mail. Yep, junk mail. Paper bag from the grocery store. Chipboard out of my house. It's just what it is. It's easy to do. All right, got this. That one is right. This one is right. Okay, these three are done. That means, well, I could actually start putting the armor on this one. Now, you've heard of thrust vectoring. That is where stuff can change position just by changing the thrust out of the back of your aircraft. Well, the same thing with space flight. One engine turns just a teeny tiny bit or changes the angle a little bit. It changes the thrust position of your vehicle. Now, what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to take some of this chipboard that I got, extra pieces of it, leftover stuff, and I'm going to cut them down, make them smaller. All right, now first thing I do is you want square, all right? You want whatever you're doing to be square as possible. That way your symmetry looks right, because your eye can see it. All right, now that we have this,
Like somebody asked if they can donate building material.
no, please do not donate building material. I have got literally 100 pounds that I'm not using because I can't build fast enough to use it up. I do not need building materials, so thank you very much for your thoughts. But I do not.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Man,
Welcome back, Eddie.
You're back.
want me to take over?
No,
If you want.
yeah, you don't have to. We got this.
Up to you.
All right, that's 1/16 of an inch, or if you're doing metrics, it is 2 millimeters. Because these sections have to be very, very narrow, because you've got to glue them all together and make it look like it's a thruster end of your whatever it is that you're building. All right, so now that is this piece right here, 1/2 inch. All right, so I have to put, now I'm going to have to make a lot of these. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set these all up at 1/2 inch intervals on this piece of paper. And then when I start cutting this out, and I've learned over the years, I used to cut these straightaways out, and then I had to try and put the lines on them. And, oh man, when you're working with a 2 millimeter piece of paper, it is super hard. It is super hard. to get these cross pieces made. So
In here.
what I'm doing is right now is making these 1/2 inch marks, and I'll show you. Well, you just line them up. That's all you do. Now I line this up this way. Okay, and what this is doing is this is creating a grid pattern. Now this grid pattern that I have, every time I cut this 2mm piece off of here, I've already got the lines on here, so it's easy to make them a 1/2 inch at that point in time. Okay, I'm just about done with this, so then I can start.
I wish they still had it.
What, Eddie?
Cool.
What was that, Eddie? I guess it was nothing. Okay.
Someone said their grandmother built them a farm with fences, whatever, out of paper as well to support. They said they wish they still have it.
Oh, yeah. I bet you do. Now, you don't have to make these cuts this small, everybody. I just like them because this size will make them look really, really cool.
You can read it
Yeah, I can. I'm here.
if you want to. I'll go on the mic.
You got 30 minutes, Mike.
30 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. I will be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hour and 30 minutes earlier. Yeah, okay. Now, once you...
Can you make a 30-inch powwow drum of paper?
Of course, you can make a 30-inch drum powwow of paper. Yes, you can. It's not easy. You have to reinforce it because when you stretch the hide over the drum, it's going to want to pull the paper together.
Eric sent a 6'7".
What do you mean? I'm a 10. I'm not a 6'7".
You set a time limit for how long you were live for?
2 hours. I do a 2-hour live show every day, Monday through Friday. And I've been doing that for years. I'm not going to change it now. Everybody kind of knows what time it is, and they come watch. We get between 30 and 60,000 people through the show every day. Pretty good timing, I would say. Thank you guys for following me. We're trying to get to 100K followers. With your help,
Mike,
we're going to get there. What, Eddie?
Pepsi Day?
It is Pepsi Day, yes. And I forgot to grab one.
Are you using a Dremel, Mike?
Right now?
Yeah, because I can hear.
I'm using a ruler.
Oh. I don't know if you had it on in the background. I'm getting a humming.
Eddie, I never have a Dremel on in the
Okay.
background.
David also sent a high 5.
Thank you, David, for the high five. Now what I've got to do, of course, is to set this all up again. Cut this out. See, now a paper cutter would do this really nice, but I have found that when you're cutting these narrow pieces like this, a paper cutter is virtually impossible to get all your cuts the same. And I have used a paper cutter in the past. I prefer not to anymore. They do not do good. It's best to learn how to cut straight with your scissors and use them. Now, as you can see, I'm cutting all these little narrow pieces off of here. But because I already cross-gridded this, Now, when I look at this, all I have to do is wrong scissors. This is what I want to use over here. Now you want to kind of keep a little pressure on these pieces, otherwise they shoot all over the place when you cut them. Now these do not have to be perfect because you can cover up any kind of difference in these with another piece of paper on the inside of it. Like I'm going to put all these on here. This is where all these are going, right here. I want them to be the same distance out here. If they're not here, I can add a piece of paper around this way, and any of the variances disappear.
Yeah, that's. I'm linking your time because multiple people are asking.
Multiple people are asking about what?
The times, I just linked it.
Yeah. I do my show, live show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Pacific Standard Time. So whatever time your phone or your clock or your wristwatch or whatever it says right now, about an hour and a half earlier tomorrow, I will be live again.
Do you sharpen your own scissors or just use new pairs when they become dull?
I have never sharpened a pair of scissors in 16 years. These are razor scissors, and I only cut paper with them. They don't get dull. These are Westcott titanium. Probably some of the hardest scissors in the world right here. These little Fiskars, I've been using them now for 2 years. They are not dull whatsoever. And so, I've never had to sharpen my scissors. There's no reason to. Now, for symmetry's sake, right where these wires are, this is where I start.
Mike, let everybody know there's going to be a show tomorrow and the rest of the week.
We're going to have a show tomorrow and the rest of the week. I do not celebrate New Year's. There's no point in it. I've had 70 of them. There's nothing different about this New Year than last New Year. So, celebrating? No. I'm done with that. It's just like somebody said, are you going to watch the eclipse? No. I've seen a bunch of them. They're all the same. For people that are new to eclipses, yeah, that's something to watch. Same way with meteor showers. I've seen probably 50 of them in my lifetime. Now, the cool thing about this is because there's a tiny bit of a gap, because this is round. And so when you're putting something on a round piece, like what I'm doing here, it will automatically give you some separation. So when you paint this, what it does is it shows that separation in the paint. It makes it look like your parts are manufactured.
Where did Mike? Oh.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see there's a little bit of difference between this one and this one, these three. I'm making sure they are squared up here because this is the part that you'll see. I can cover all of this up. All right. And this is the thruster vectoring fins that I'm putting on here right now. What you do have to pay attention to is if they're twisting this way or that way.
You said you're so detail oriented, it's fascinating.
Oh, well, thank you. It's the details in this that makes them such beautiful pieces. Okay, you look at this. This was all detail work. Now, the smaller you go, the less detail you can actually use. All right, it's there is a limit to what detail work you can actually do when the size is important. Now, full-size model kits, you can put all the detail you want and then some. All righty.
Do you use any magnifying device to see what you're doing?
Actually, I have bifocal lenses, and I told the gal that was making my glasses, I said, look, I work right here, and I'll show you this in just a second. I'll show you what I mean. I'm not making micro builds. Okay, micro builds, yeah, you have to have, you know, a magnifier. I need the upper section of these. For me to you right now, it's perfect vision. But when I'm driving, I have to see street signs. I need this long range lens to see the street signs. But when I'm working, this down here, the bifocal part is right here. The focal length of this is right here where I'm working. And so you guys don't get to see that very often, but that keeps me from having to use a magnifier.
Minutes,
20 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. Now, something too that I do this side piece, and then I go over and I do this side piece. Because what I have to do is I have to end up down here at the bottom, which is actually going to be the top of the engine, and it has to be symmetrical.
Somebody's building a castle out of chipboard. I gotta step my game up.
A castle out of chipboard, that's awesome news. You can make the individual, I'll show you something. If you're making a castle, okay, you have to have rock work or brick. What you need to do, if you're building little squares, okay, like this, all right, little square pieces, lots of them. If you take a Dremel tool and you sand the edge like that of your brick, what it does is when you put them together and paint your rock, you can actually see the changes in it. It'll show you exactly each stone that you're putting on. Something I learned when I was building the USS Arizona.
Brandon's in.
Howdy, Brandon. Sorry you caught the end of the show. I am really, uh-oh, I put that glue on the wrong side. Oh no. Okay, that's easy to fix. You just wipe the glue off this side and you flip it over and you glue it in place. Oops.
over 130 likes.
Thank you guys for posting likes. And I don't know what the heck happened with YouTube. We were getting 12 and 1,600 likes in a show. Now we're barely breaking 100. It's embarrassing, actually. And I don't know how YouTube managed to do that. This is bugging me now. All right. I got this wire in my way constantly. I'm going to fix that. You take a rubber band. Yep, just like this. Uh-huh. Ta-da! Now it's not in my way anymore.
Alex said, I admire Mike's passion for what he does and genuine excitement when someone says they're building something.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. When you're building something, it means you're putting your mind to good use. I've been building since I was 5 years old. I cannot imagine not doing this. In all my life, I've had a myriad of jobs. And as it turns out, I got better than the boss at many of the jobs that I did. And as soon as I got better than the boss at a job, I was bored stupid. I quit. Okay, and you can see you have to do this tiny work. If you get, say you're doing this and you get bored with it, put it away and do something else. Work on the engine housing. Work on the battery compartment.
Jolly Matilda joined the Paper Army, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Matilda. Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining and being part of this Paper Army family all over the world. And there's like what I just did there with the back end of this. What this is doing is this is letting me line all these things up so that they're all correct at this end. This, you can see these are floaters over here. That one's long, that's short, that's long, short, long. It does not matter back here because at the end of this, when I'm done, I just take a piece of paper and I go around here like this, and that squares up the entire back of this engine section. And you only have to do one piece of paper around there. That's it, just like that. And what that'll do is, that makes it look perfect, like it was manufactured in a shipyard. There's just little things you can learn how to do working with paper that gives you an advantage over anybody else that's building with paper. It also helps if you come to my show and ask questions or watch. And thank you all for your subs. And I want to also thank you for joining the Paper Army Bronze, Silver, or Gold. Because what that allows you to do is it allows you to get to the tutorials of my builds. And with the tutorials, you can learn a lot more. Okay.
I wish they showed you this at school.
Well, welcome to Paper Army School right here. Yeah, I'm not famous enough for schools to start taking this on. I have had an awful lot of people tell their art teachers about me and check this stuff out. And I'm sure that there are some schools somewhere that are actually doing this now. But I don't know for sure. I have no confirmation of that. All righty. These dental tools, they come in so darned handy. I never had any idea that a dental tool was going to be any good. And a friend of my sister's, Jackie, she was over. We had a fire going out in the fire pit, and Mike and Jackie came over to visit. And Jackie asked me, she said, "Do you need dental tools?" And I said, "I don't know. I've never used any." And she said, "Well, I tell you what, my dentist throws them out." She's a dental hygienist. Anyway, she says, "My dentist throws them out all the time because they're not any good anymore. They wear out." She said, "I'll bring you some." And she brought me a handful. That was 5 years ago. And I've been using the dental tools ever since. Because, oh my God, you need to poke a hole in something? These things work. It's poke a hole through the paper. Look at this. You wiggle it back and forth a little bit like that. Oh, look at that. It makes a hole. So,
Hey, Mike, you wanna let everybody know that tomorrow is the last day for voting?
tomorrow is the last day to vote for the Jaeger, you guys. If you want me to build the Pacific Rim Jaeger, tomorrow's the last day of the vote. Right now, the Titanic is winning. So, there you go. I like both of them. I'm not a real fan of the Titanic build, but I told everybody for the last 3 years that in 2026, I would build the Titanic. And so it looks like I might be building the Titanic as a fan build this next year. But I would much rather build the Jaeger. So anyway, but I don't know. It's up to y'all. If you go to paperarmy.net, you can vote for the fan build for next year. I would love to build either one. Does not matter.
I'm gonna link there's the website. Tell them I just linked the website to vote on.
Yep, we just linked the website, everybody. Eddie did, to go vote. So please, go vote for next year's fan build.
Hey, Mike, you got 10 minutes you want to read?
Yeah, I do. Salute, Paper Army. Thank you for coming to my phone show. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. I hope to see you all then. And, yeah. Look at that. Vote for the Titanic. Jaeger. Titanic. Jaeger. Oh, no. Anyway. Thank you, David. Yes. I'm not supposed to sway the vote, though. So, darn me. But as you can see, this is making this engine look a whole lot more like an engine. And believe me, when these are lit up, it's just going to be amazing. My heaviest build, I can actually show you that. It's 3.5 pounds of recycled paper. This is my heaviest build right here. The Star Destroyer. 11,390 pieces of paper. Took 536 hours to build. And yes, it is the heaviest at 3.5 pounds.
Neiman is in, Mike.
Who is?
Neiman.
Neiman. Welcome to the show, Neiman. I'm sorry you caught the end of it. I've been working on the thrusters for the Hammerhead Corvette. Yeah, it's an amazing build. Executor class? Well, I don't know what this is. Oh, wait, the Executor. That's this one. I already made it. Sorry. wearing your hoodie right now? I should have a hoodie on right now. It is chilly here. Not very conducive to working with your hands, but I have a heater that's running. I don't know if you can see it anyway, and it is making the office a little bit warmer. Okay, and so I'm gonna have to cut literally. I don't know. That's almost half done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It's going to take 60 of these little teeny pieces per engine. I got 4 engines. 6 times 4 is 24. That's 240 parts going on these engines. And now, here's something I do. I know this is my build sheet. Okay, the engines are going to have 240 parts. So now I put down 240. It'll probably be more than that, but that's enough. I add all this together at the end of the build, and it'll tell you how many parts I used and how many hours it took to build it. That's how I keep track of my parts and my hours. Well, thanks, David. Let me know when you're done with that. Thank you, Jolly. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. I don't know why it's so hard to get likes now. It's almost like the AI thinks people that are liking the show are a bot, which doesn't make any darn sense whatsoever. Uh-oh. Well, I tell you what, David, if you get a bronze membership, they're $2.98 a month, less than half a cup of coffee. Anyway, if you get a bronze membership, you can start learning how to do this because the Micro Machines will teach you a lot. A Bird Dog. What I'm working on right now is the thrusters for the Hammerhead Corvette. Here, I can show you this really quick. This is the Hammerhead Corvette. It has got fiber optics. And, oh, thank you, Brandon. Titanic is winning by 11 votes. Anyway, this is, these ear guns are on turrets, but they're fiber optically driven so that they're going to work no matter what. These are the lights that are building this. Okay. And so, what in the world? Anyway, I'm now lighting up stuff, which is, it's its own kind of challenge, let me tell you. And so, what I'm working on is the thruster section of these engines for that Hammerhead Corvette. This is the engine block. There will be 4 engines on this Hammerhead Corvette.
Mike, Brandon donated $5.
Yes, I think I already said thank you. I hope.
Jesus Christ, man.
What?
Nothing. I'm trying to.
No, I have Chat GPT. What in the world can I use it for? I have no idea. All right, Dynamax. Thank you for coming to the show. Hey, Dynamax, take your manager off to the side and show him the show. It might give you a little leeway. I doubt that, Pacific Rim. Miranda's a fantastic human.
Neiman received his coffee mug, Mike.
Oh, that's good, Neiman. Hey, everybody. Neiman got his coffee cup. Paper Army Strong. Since 2010.
You can't use ChatGPT for what you're doing now, Mike.
Yeah, what would ChatGPT do?
Nothing. Not for your show. It's for writing and helping out with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it won't help with the show 77. 1977, that's when Star Wars came out. It's when I got out of the Navy. Yeah, ChatGPT is for doing all kinds of stuff. It isn't going to be any good for doing my show. No, I'm sorry, Alec, but I tell you what, since we've got so many people who want to do a Jaeger, and I want to do a Jaeger, after the Titanic is done, I will schedule doing Gypsy Danger because I want to build it. Yeah, I was in the Navy. Yep.
2 minutes.
2 minutes of the show left, you guys, and I gotta go. Thanks, GJ. I'm sure you will not have any engineering problems, and I'm sure that I might be able to help.
Mike sent a high five.
Thank you for the high five. Thank you very much for your support, you guys. I appreciate the help.
I have his keys in my pocket. Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away.
Absolutely. Absolutely anchors away. I spent 4 years in during the Vietnam era. At the end of it, I was very lucky I did not have to go to Vietnam and fight.
1 minute, Mike.
All right, you guys, it's the end of the show. That means I gotta go. In case you need to know, I will be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. And I do a show Monday through Friday. This is my phone show. It's just like TV, except it's a phone. And I learned in broadcast school back in the 80s to be on time and to keep your show running right. Well, I do. I've got fantastic mods. We got beautiful people all over the world. And we do this show the same every day, Monday through Friday. Now, Saturdays and Sundays, I work all day as well. But that's because I don't mind working 7 days a week. It does not bother me a bit. So anyway, let's remember something. The power of the spoken word. What comes out of your mouth will dictate your life. You don't know it, but your ears, which means your subconscious mind, hears it and it puts it into play. So let's watch our words, shall we? And number 2, doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter where you are. Nope. It's a worldwide organization here. Yep. Let's see. What you are, where you are, who you are. Doesn't matter what color you are. And it doesn't matter what religion you are either. We all live on the third rock from the sun. That makes us human beings. Shall we be better human beings? I would like to think we can be. Let's stop hunting other human beings just because they have a different religion or a different color. Let's stop it. It's ridiculous. We don't need to do that anymore. Let's start being educated human beings like we are and stop doing the wrong in this world that we're doing. Take care, Paper Army. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 hours earlier. Good night.